Welcome back to the Creatia Conversation, your number one news source for all that nerd-ish on Pornhub. I'm your host today during lunchtime at SESvince, and I'm joined by my co-host, who is normally my co-host on Friday nights on the Smack and Raw podcast, the Warden, Matt Ritter. How's it going, Matt?
What up, Vince? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Ran a little late. You look like you still putting the pieces in order around you. You know, I see you have a little Undertaker next to your mic. But aside from that, I'm doing well.
I've always had this Undertaker next to my mic.
Really? Why am I just now noticing it?
Because you don't pay attention. I feel bad for Melissa.
Melissa
You're not very observant.
So what?
You're not very observant. She said that.
Yeah, I actually am not the most observant individual in general. But you know, it be what it be because I'm observant in the ways that it matters. You know, on the television screen, on the gaming console, on the road when I'm driving, at work, and in the bedroom. All key places. And when I'm podcasting as well.
Except for when you're podcasting and it's, you know, what's going on in front of you on the screen with your co-host.
Yeah, because I'm focused on everything. Right. Travis in the chat saying Will is not first. Monty saying you're late. That's been there. Okay. But yeah, so Matt, how you been, man? What you been watching? What you been playing? I haven't talked to you in like 2 weeks on SmackDown.
Yeah, because you don't show up for work, and I could have used you. I was having a rough time without you. I talked about it. It's better when you are there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I randomly showed up right before the stream of getting off on Saturday night.
Yeah, that did not help. That just made things worse. So.
How did that not help? You just said you were missing my presence. Then my presence.
No, I was missing your presence on our show that we do together when you're supposed to be there. When you show up 10 minutes before I'm supposed to start a show, and you're like, "Hey, I'm here for the show that I wasn't scheduled for," and I knew you were fucking with me. But Jizzy wants to come in and say hi, and you like delay everything from my start time so that I can say hi to someone that doesn't even show up. When there was a lot going on, Justin's internet didn't work. It was a rough show, and I put some of that on you.
That was
fucking
not
up the
on
flow
me.
from the very beginning.
No. That would Justin's internet would have fucked up anyway, which is why we were recording that episode of Get Show on StreamYard because his internet kept fucking up, and it just created like mayhem. So recorded.
You started the stream off bad before we even got going, and then it just got
no. It's not my fault that you were flustered by my presence.
It is your fault because if you hadn't shown up, it wouldn't have happened.
Listen, you should just at this point expect the unexpected with me. I may or may not show up.
See, Travis agrees. So it was Vince's fault. That tracks.
Travis just likes to blame me for things.
So I've been watching WCW. Get ready for Halloween Havoc 1997, which is the next episode of Return to Wrestling that we're doing, which you guys can find at patreon.com /Creatia World. For $1, as I always say, you get Return to Wrestling, the entire back catalog from 1995's very first Nitro all the way up to the newest episode, which is going to be 1997 Halloween Havoc. Travis and I are recording that this weekend, so it'll be out very soon for you. And then every month, once you get caught up, you get a new episode for $1. And on top of that, you get Multiverse with Travis and Mara, where they go and they cover old DC animated films and some new DC animated films, whatever's available, whatever's on the docket. They're talking DC animated films. So if you're a comic book lover and a wrestling lover, we've got you covered for $1. 2 full podcasts, all the back catalogs for $1, plus new episodes every month.
But you know what, Matt, if you guys don't want to like pitch in an extra $1, I don't know why you wouldn't, because we're fantastic content creators. You could always just subscribe and follow us over on youtube.com/Creatia World and twitch.tv/Creatia World, where it's 100% free to subscribe on YouTube, turn on bell notifications, comment down below. We're live right now, Creatia Conversations, where we host a show on twitch.tv/Creatia World. You can follow for free, but you can throw our subscription our way. If you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Prime Gaming or Twitch Gaming or Twitch Prime or whatever the fuck it's called now. And you get a free subscription a month. So you can throw that our way and support us that way. Free subscriptions.
Free.
Aside from that, I mean,
is there anywhere else that they could watch us for free?
Well, they could. which is pornhub.com/model/Creatia World, your favorite platform for everyone to watch us and view our shows.
That's not what I was talking about, but that works too.
Oh, okay. Facebook.com/Creatia World is where they can watch us free. It's mostly for older people at this point. I'm convinced that it's mostly for older people. I'm sorry. Once you get to a certain age, you migrate back over to Facebook.
So it's funny you mentioned that because I was talking with somebody yesterday, and he was like, "Oh, he was having problems with his Instagram," and I'm like, "Dude, I don't do Instagram." That's the one thing like I'm an old fucking fogey about at 36, where I'm like, I refuse. I'm like, you never know. Yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, you have you have Prime Gaming. So if you have Amazon Prime, you've got it, you can do it. But I was like, it took me forever to just get on board with Twitter. Like, you can go back and you will see me like talking shit about people using hashtags and how stupid hashtags are, blah blah blah. Now I use them all the time for fucking TikTok and Twitter. Which is weird that I got into TikTok but not Instagram. But yeah, no, I'm the old man fighting that one. I don't want anything to do with it.
It still seems odd to me. But you know what? I won't yuck anyone's yum.
I like using my words, Vince.
I mean, you can use your words on Instagram as well, which is where we're.
No, you
available.
can't. Yes, you can't just make a post. You have to post a picture, and then you have to fill out a description of the picture to post on Instagram. You can't just.
Isn't that the whole point of TikTok as well? You have to post a video. If you post something, you can't just put text out. Your theory is flawed.
It's different. It's different.
You know what? Let's move on to a different conversation. Talk about what I've been doing lately, and I've continuously been watching House. I finally finished season 2, so I'm now in full swing season 3. Young Justice also getting to the point where I don't want to spoil anything for anyone that hasn't watched the show, but the secrets of Miss Martian are starting to slowly be revealed. At least the audience knows, but the main team doesn't know the secrets. I took a bit of a pause on Jackie Chan Adventures. I've been watching a lot of NBA playoffs. Obviously, we're in the swing of things. We're finally get into the NBA conference finals for both the Western and Eastern conferences. They kick off tonight with the Lakers versus Nuggets. We have NBA draft stuff, so I'm going to be watching the lottery, so I won't be watching NXT tonight. I'll be DVRing it and rain checking it till Thursday, probably. And then on top of that, I have a little bit of update on Pokemon Silver. So I've caught myself.
Oh, wow. Fucking finally.
Well, it's because we haven't done the show together. And then I think the last time we did a show together, I forgot to update you on it. And I didn't. So I'm at the point where I went to face Whitney, but I failed my first time. So now I have to level up my team a little bit to fully breeze on through the experience, right? So I have a Cyndaquil.
Yeah.
I have a Cyndaquil. I have a Hoot. Actually, no. Is it a Noctowl now? I can't remember. But I caught a Mareep. I've caught a Geodude, and I have a Rattata because I need an HM slave. And I'm still looking for my Poliwhirl because I'm trying to catch a Poliwhirl / Poliwag. And that I won't be able to do until I go into the city or the town that's above Goldenrod City, where the Ghost Gym leader is at. And then I gotta go pick up my Eevee, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it turned into an Umbreon. So that's
first you have to beat Whitney, and so far you haven't been able to do that. So let's get there first, and then we'll start talking about the future.
Well, I only went in there unprepared. I kind of just went in there after I beat Bugsy and went through the Ilex Forest or whatever forest that's called. No, actually, I haven't played the new Zelda. I haven't bought it.
Hi, Kyle.
What's up, Kyle? How's it going? But no, so it's just mostly that. I just went in there unprepared. I just wanted to see if I was ready to beat Whitney. I went ahead and beat everyone in the gym minus Whitney. So what I should have done is beat everyone in the gym, go replenish my Pokemon, and then go after Whitney. But
that's generally what you do.
But I got a little lazy and didn't want to run out of the gym just to go back into the gym. But you
don't have revives or super potions or hyper potions or anything.
I just kind of raw dogged it the first time.
It never works out for you when you raw dog it, Vince.
I mean, sometimes it does.
No, for you, it never works out.
I have nothing but positive experiences when I raw dog it.
Except for yesterday whenever Whitney whooped your ass.
That's the king for some people. I'm not saying it's mine necessarily, but yeah. So I'll give more of an update next week. At that point I should get to because I'll have the whole weekend to play, and depending on what the schedule looks like next week, I'll have a few days in between. So I'm just trying to get to the point where I get Chuck and I get Jasmine and I get to like the first 6 badges. Once I get there, I feel like I can complete my team because I'm just trying to complete my team. I spent way too much time trying to catch a fan feed, and I couldn't find one. And then I realized it's only available early on game in Crystal and not in Silver. So I wasted about like a half hour to 45 minutes of my time.
Sounds about right.
But let's not waste anyone else's time, and let's get into newsy time, Matt.
Newsy time. I can start with Pokemon news since we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's actually where I was gonna lead you and say go ahead and talk Pokemon.
Literally right before Vince started the show, I got a little notification on my phone, and I was like, "Hey, I got Pokemon news. It's Pokemon Go news. I know you don't play anymore. You friended me, and then you just abandoned the game like a bitch." But
you know what? I'll log into the game today and send you a gift and keep going. At least my daily routine would be to send you a gift.
Yeah, I've heard that before, and you did not do that. We've had this discussion already, and you have not lived up to your end of the bargain.
I'm gonna live up to my end of the bargain.
I might have unfriended you. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I'll have to look. You stopped playing. What did I need you on my friends list for? If you stopped playing,
I am hurt.
That's what you get for not playing. It's been like a year since you picked up that game and done.
No, anything. I played over the what was it? Over the fall, I played a little bit when I was doing raids with my family, like with my cousins and my siblings.
You didn't send me shit.
Well, because I didn't see you online.
Anyway,
Pokemon Go news.
Coming to Pokemon Go, the Master Ball.
Oh.
So we have Pokeballs, we have Great Balls, we have Ultra Balls. For you Pokemon fans, you know the Master Ball is the very best Pokeball with the ultimate level of performance. When used, it will catch any Pokemon you encounter without fail, whether it be in the wild, through lure modules, after raid battles, or while using your daily adventure incense. This powerful item may soon be in your hands. What will you use it to catch? And I'm going to open up the blog to see. Trainers, in the course of your travels, you may have heard of the very best Pokeball with the ultimate level of performance, the Master Ball. This powerful item will soon be available to all trainers in Pokemon Go. And yeah, I guess that's all it's going to tell us. So it's not going to tell us how many you can get if you can only get one. Because if you can only get one, you're going to want to save it for something big. Yeah, Amani said top tier ball. That's S tier ball.
S tier. There you go. That's a proper terminology. I like that. That, man.
So, but yeah, no, Master Ball's coming to Pokemon Go finally.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I might actually pick up. Like it's one of those things where it's just like I don't have that much time in my day to actually go ahead and like do things. You know?
I mean, you can play it at work. You just turn it on and then you just walk over your phone and look every now and then and see if there's a Pokemon and then you catch it.
Yeah, I suppose you're correct there, but I don't know. It's one of those things where I'd rather just have something playing in the background. So I usually try to catch up on like wrestling or catch up on some YouTube videos that I've been wanting to watch, some podcasts that I've been wanting to watch. You know, that's usually what I go with my free time. Then there's times where I just don't get a chance to be on my phone, to be honest with
you. Yeah.
It's like that sometimes. But yeah. Okay, exciting stuff. Master Ball coming to Pokemon Go. Speaking of things that are coming to video games today or soon, relatively soon, WWE 2K23 today is releasing its newest patch. I believe it's patch 1.1, if I'm not mistaken. It's mostly there to address a lot of issues that they've been having in terms of some gameplay mechanics, some like AI logic in terms of the universe mode, GM mode, and other modes as well. Online like connectivity, like any like little bugs they were fixing. That they fixed some issue that was happening with the Bloodlines entrance that happened with the last patch that unintentionally messed that up. So they went ahead and fixed that. But the biggest news here is that one, they've implemented the groggy fatigue finisher feature in the game. So now if you go ahead and hit like a super kick, you're actually gonna like fall down. Like if your stamina is low, your fatigue is low. So they're bringing that back because I think they removed it last year in 2K22. So that's a feature that's returning with this patch. And on top of that, they're adding free DLC characters, 2 free DLC characters that are going to be like kind of like linked in with this new DLC pack that's coming out tomorrow on the 17th, which is Mia Yim and Candice LeRae, who weren't originally in the game's main launch roster, now are available for gamers. So that's a cool thing because these were characters that were actually in the prior iteration of WWE games. In WWE 2K22, they had Mia Yim and Candice LeRae, but at the start of 2K23, those two characters weren't actually available. Yes.
You know that the thumbnail you chose was Mia Yim and Tiffany Stratton, right?
Yes, I know I did.
Okay. Because I remember there was a blonde on there, and you said Candice LeRae, and I'm like, I don't know that there are sexy pictures of Candice LeRae out there. Let's go see what Vince found. I'm like, that's not Candice LeRae. Is he trying to trick me?
No. It goes hand in hand with what I'm going to talk about, right?
Okay.
So
Mia Yim looks great though on that thumbnail. Good job.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Love me some Mia Yim.
Yeah, love me some Mia Yim, as Justin likes to say. So yeah, Mia Yim is being added, and the reason why that's a key thing because there are reports and rumblings that this will be a thing that continues on going forward, where they add 1 or 2 free DLC characters that they patch in that were in the game last year that they have the models for, and or just have placeholder models in place for them. So like in the future pack, there's like rumors that they might have like the Fiend and an Uncle Howdy character that could be released around the same time with the whole Wyatt family pack that comes out.
Still not buying this game.
I'm not trying to talk you into it.
You 100% are. You're like, hey Matt, you could play as the Fiend again. Remember the Fiend? You love the Fiend. You want to play as the Fiend?
The reason why that's a great thing is because the last time the Fiend was available in the WWE game was in 2K20, which was the absolute worst video game in wrestling history. And then it wasn't included in 2K22 because the Fiend wasn't a thing anymore, and Bray Wyatt was included in general. But there's also been reports of like characters such as Tegan Knox, Pat McAfee being included as like free DLC. That I think is the big thing, that this is the first time we've seen in almost any iteration of WWE video games that they give you free characters. Oh, Bronson Reed is another character that wasn't included in this year's game, but was in last year's. So these are all characters that could be included, sprinkled in, going along with the DLC packs, which I'm excited for. And the reason why I'm excited for Mia Yim being included here is because tomorrow on May 17th, we're going to get the Pretty Sweet DLC pack, which is going to give you the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. It's going to give you the OC entrance with AJ Styles. It's going to be a new entrance model. They're going to give you Pretty Deadly, obviously. Their models look great. The entrance looks great. And Tiffany Stratton is included in that DLC pack. That's why she's in the thumbnail.
Because she's pretty. She's the pretty part of sweet. She is not a sweet woman.
The name was mostly just because of Pretty Deadly and then too sweet.
Are you sure?
Well, she's also pretty sweet.
Because everyone that you mentioned is involved except for... so you're telling me that they just named it after everyone but her?
Sometimes I do that. Like, for instance, I think there's like the last one was the Steiner Row pack, and it had Hit Row, the Steiners, and like one random character in there. I can't recall. Okay. I have to look it up. But yeah, so tomorrow the DLC is coming out, and the patch is going to be released today at some point. It's going to coincide with that DLC pack, and it for me personally, it gets me excited for the game because now it gives me a little bit more extra stuff to work with. It's cool to see that the game is actually now becoming a little bit more up to date, and they do these things. Like I've always said, if a character was in the game last year, Gesundheit. If the character was in the game last year, they leave WWE, but at some point they come back, you should be able to give us that character model just reused, even if it's the old character model. That way, with the creation suite in WWE games now, you can do it just a little bit of everything and update almost everyone's attire.
Okay.
I'd rather have... For you. Yes, go ahead.
If they give us Tegan Knox for free, are we going to have to pay for her knees? Is that going to be like a pay for DLC or...
No, it's free DLC.
Are you sure?
It's free for a reason.
No, she'll be free, but are we gonna have to pay separately for her knees?
I think they're prosthetics. Okay. They're just stuff that comes with her. And then
she had to pay for her knees, so I thought maybe we would too.
No, I highly doubt it. But what you should go ahead and pay for, Matt, is a little bit more excitement in the bedroom.
Wait.
What you have it, everything?
I do, of course I do.
Okay, well, Take a Knee sponsored their knees, and we got our sponsors too. So let's roll that if you have it, because I don't have it. That was not
spice things up in the bedroom. Then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog-related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creationworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creationworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creationworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try Dubby today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
Okay, so we're gonna remove that. So yeah, first
description.
Yeah, link is in the description, guys. Go ahead and check out. Thank you to all our sponsors. So yeah, let's move back on over to some more newsy time, and we got more WWE stuff to talk about, Mats. So WWE and or like Endeavor, the company that bought WWE, have a placeholder name, or have a new placeholder company have been created by Endeavor as the acquisition WWE moves along, and WWE and UFC will live under a new LLC named New Whale Inc. This comes from corporate filings from the SEC via PW Insider, and the filing also states that upon the merger's completion, a new name will be revealed for the company. WWE and UFC will both be part of this new company, and this was part of the plan after Endeavor Groups started the acquisition process for WWE. Endeavor will own 51%, WWE shareholders will own 49%, and Vince McMahon will continue to operate as executive chairman. And this is an article coming from Matthew Aguilar on comicbook.com, so you can go ahead and check that out, a little bit more details. But that's basically the small little tidbit there. For the temporary time being, they're going to be called New Well Inc., and they're going to be owning WWE and UFC. I thought that was a weird name choice, to be honest with you.
It is, but it's a placeholder, so I mean, it is what it is. Like, if this was like their permanent name, I'd be like, that's kind of dumb. But I don't know why they need a placeholder name, why they can't just be Endeavor until whatever. Or I don't know how any of this stuff works. I have no business degree. I'm not versed in the business world, so
yeah. And speaking of the business world, there's some more WWE news there. There was a TV upfronts, and this week WWE was actually noticeably absent from both the NBC Universal and the Fox upfront presentations that were revealed this week. This year, despite the lucrative deals the company has with two networks to air Monday Night Raw, NXT, and Friday Night SmackDown on a weekly basis, the current deals for Raw and SmackDown are set to expire in 2024. And while negotiations for re-upping those deals were recently described as positive by CEO Nick Khan, the exclusive negotiating window was reportedly closed or is about to close. This is an article coming from, once again, comicbook.com. This is from Connor Casey. And it explains why they were absent at those at the TV upfronts. Let's see here. The article continues to say that according to PW Insider is why WWE was absent from either presentation outside beyond popping up in NBCU's video package for Peacock. Mike Johnson wrote, WWE CEO Nick Khan noted during the most recent stockholders call that those outlets had about a month of exclusive negotiation rights, and the belief is within the company is they are about to or have already hit the point where WWE can open discussions with all potential media rights, biddings for Raw, SmackDown, etc. in the United States. And then it just goes on to like ask like where do you think they will go and stuff like that. And that was like the big jarring thing, but that makes sense. You know, the deal comes up in 2024. They've lost exclusive bidding rights or contract negotiation rights in that month or about to, so now they can negotiate with other people. So that makes sense why NBC Universal and Fox wouldn't be out there promoting WWE programming, given that there's a little bit of uncertainty as to whether or not they'd return. I highly doubt they're going anywhere, to be honest with you.
They're not going to let them go anywhere.
No.
Too much money coming in, too much exposure coming in. Neither of them can now afford to really drop, especially NBC, because honestly, I have no idea what the fuck you have me around for. The only experience I have in corporate mergers is the stuff that happened with WCW and then WWE, ECW, and WCW, WWE, ECW. Yes. Those three companies. And I don't know the insides, the business part of that. Fuck. But NBC, nobody watches USA for anything but, I mean, there are people that watch like Chicago Fire and shit like that, but like the majority of people tuning into USA are tuning in for WWE.
They're tuning in for WWE, Chicago Fire, stuff like that, or reruns of Law and Order series. That's all it is. That's all it is, to be honest with you. Aside from that, like NBC Universal really should be trying to get WWE locked in. More so than Fox. I feel like Fox would be willing to let SmackDown go if they felt like the price was too high.
Again, I only watch Fox. The only thing I watch on Fox. Burn Notice is not still a thing on USA, Travis. So, Bruce Campbell. Love me some Bruce Campbell. The only reason I watch anything Fox is for WWE. If WWE was not on Fox, I would not be watching Fox.
Yeah, that's a fair point. The only reason I used to watch Fox was for The Simpsons mostly, and then King of the Hill. But I have Hulu for that now, so I don't.
Hulu.
Yeah, shout out to Hulu. But yeah, man. So what?
I was gonna say, side note. I almost put this in the news, but it's not really news. But you brought up Hulu. Season 6, which is the last season of Rick and Morty, is now available on Hulu. If you're a Rick and Morty fan and you want to get caught up,
the last season or the latest season?
The latest season, not the final season. The latest.
Yeah, because you said the last season.
Well, the last one to come out, yes. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, did they drop a new season of Rick and Morty on Hulu? And I'm like, I read the article. I'm like, oh, it's not. It's the latest season of Rick and Morty, season 6, before the new season 7, comes out. So
okay, perfect. I need to get caught up on my Rick and Morty.
Love Rick and Morty.
I think the last episode I remember really watching from, like, I don't know if it was season 6 or what season it was, but it was Mr. Nimbus, the Mr. Nimbus episode, and then it was like the planet, like it was kind of like the planet superhero that falls in love with Morty.
Morty, yeah.
Those were the only 2 episodes I remember. Yeah, I don't remember if that was season 6 or not. But yeah, moving on. We got more WWE stuff. This is a WWE like boatload filled episode. And Matt, we brought this up and we had to verify and check to make sure it wasn't clickbait stuff. And it was for real. We have a little bit of an update of Randy Orton, a little bit of more somber news, but doctors, according to this article's title, doctors have advised Randy Orton to not return to the ring. Do you want to talk about the article or do you want me to go for it?
I want to say something real quick.
Go for it.
You have in a temporary moment of seriousness, we hope the best for Randy Orton, despite the update that Vince is about to talk about from Bob Orton. We hope that he gets better. We get to see him on his TV screen. And now that that's over, back to my bullshit. This is Matt Riddle's fault. And if it wasn't for Matt Riddle, we wouldn't be dealing with this. This is a curse. It's fucked up. And Matt Riddle is to blame. # fire Matt Riddle.
You know what? I hate you because when I read this article, the first thing that came into my mind was the curse of Riddle. The curse of Riddle. Anyway, this is an article coming from WrestleZone.com, written by John Clark. So go ahead and check that out. If not, just search up Randy Orton. There's multiple articles reading the exact same thing, but we're choosing this one because this is the original one we found. Cowboy Bob Orton recently sat down with Bill Alper of Wrestling Bing on Sportskeeda with an unfortunate update on the future of his son, Randy Orton. Orton has been out of action for a year now, with his last appearance in WWE coming on May 20th. Jeez. It's been that long?
Yeah, bro.
You said, bro. Stop.
Yeah.
You can't say that. Bob Orton said he's training. We'll see what happens. I don't know if he feels like going back or when it feels like he's ready to go back. I think he might. Then again, he's pretty well taken care of. I don't think he needs to. I think the doctors have told him not to. Randy will do what Randy's going to do. It was reported in November that Randy Orton underwent a fusion operation in his lower back. You can watch the video below, yada, yada, about the Bob Orton interview. So go check out the article because it already has the video interview with Bob Orton as well. But that's really mostly it is. So the way it was constructed and framed was like, the doctors have told Randy Orton not to return. But the way it's being said is Bob Orton's like, where was it? I think doctors have told him not to. So that's not if
anyone's going to know, if anyone's going to have an idea, I don't think he really, in my opinion, I don't think he wanted to come out and say doctors have told him not to come back as 100% definite, because he doesn't know what his son's wishes are, this and that. But if anyone's going to know, what update Randy got, it's going to be like his wife and his father. So if Bob's saying he's pretty sure doctors told him, or he thinks doctors told him not to come back, then there was some conversation that led him to believe that. That's probably fairly legitimate.
So I'm going to say it like this. It's a big night and day difference from a statement saying doctors have told them not to come back to wrestling, as opposed to the statement saying, I think they told them not to come back. But then again, we don't know the details, the happenings of that conversation. It could have been a case of like, doctors have told him, I don't think you should come back. I don't think you should come back because you don't need to come back. but you could come back. I don't think it was a case where it's like a Daniel Bryan situation or a Christian situation where they had to retire, or an Edge situation or Page where they had to retire. They were told they were medically not cleared to return to wrestling by WWE doctors. So I don't know. I wouldn't want this to be the end of Randy Orton's career because he's had such a historic run. I would like for him to have a swan. If this is the final chapter of Randy Orton, I would want him to have more of a swan song end to his career, similar to what Edge is having right now. Personal preference.
Okay.
In some lighter WWE news, actually relating to Marvel, this actually was released today. We have first looks of WWE superstar Seth Rollins' Marvel villain set photos. So there's a set photo of Seth Rollins joining the MCU in the new Captain America New World Order film. Ironically, that's called New World Order. Just wrestling terminology. This is an article coming from the direct.com by Aaron Mer Eclairino. New set photos confirm the MCU debut of WWE Raw superstar Seth Rollins as one of the villains of Captain America 4. Captain America New World Order is set to introduce several notable villains, including Tim Blake Nelson. Is confirmed to make his MCU comeback as Samuel Stearns, aka the Leader, which I'm excited for because I didn't watch the Hulk film too often, but the Leader was teased at the end of the film. And they've done nothing with that information ever since. Granted, a lot of that has to do with the fact that they can't do their own solo Hulk film. They can only use the Hulk.
Do with the big head.
Yes. Yeah, you have to look it up. You have to look it up. But yeah, so he's gonna make an appearance in the new movie. Meanwhile, Harrison Ford will make his Marvel debut as Thunderbolt Ross, replacing the late William Hurt. Given Ross' antagonistic presence in his previous appearances, it's safe to assume that he is one of the villains in the movie as well, alongside the returning Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Thank you, as Val. So she's back as well.
Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yeah, Elaine's back. I love Elaine. She's aged well. She's
aged fucking fantastically. Jesus Christ.
God damn. As shared by eHowB on Twitter, the first look at WWE superstar Seth Rollins was spotted in costume on the Captain America New World Order set. It is unknown which Marvel villain Rollins is playing in Captain America 4, but some have speculated it is one of the members of the Serpent Society, and this has now since been confirmed. Rollins joins Dave Bautista's Strax as the only two WWE superstars to join the MCU so far. Interestingly, as past rumor claims that the Serpent Society is involved in Captain America's 4th story, with the scoop noting that Val is working with the group to obtain a special metal that is not vibranium. Jesus.
Is it adamantium?
Oh, that'd be so cool. Don't tease me like that.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna share the little like set photos that were shown on Twitter. Give me one sec here.
Allergies.
All right. So as you can see here, we have a little bit of like Seth Rollins stuff.
Do we know what the name of his character is?
We don't know the name of his character. We just know that he's a member of the Serpent Society. That's all we know. But thoughts, first and foremost, I like that he's keeping the blonde in there. I like the look. Seems very Seth Rollins. He doesn't even look like he's in like a Marvel like character costume. He just looks like he's in like his wrestler like non-wrestling gear. He looks like this is something he'd wear to Monday Night Raw, to be honest with you.
Looks like Craven.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's that. So we have Seth Rollins confirmed for Captain America 4. And this is honestly big news for me because I had no idea that we were going to get Seth Rollins in the MCU. This was very secretive. And I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm very tickled.
I would have done Becky first, but that's just me.
Becky G? Yeah, I agree.
No, not Becky G. Becky L.
Seth Rollins feels like more of a better actor than Becky Lynch for me. Gesundheit.
It was a cough, but thank you.
I know, that's the joke. I do that to Melissa all the time.
Super late, Will.
Yeah, super late. We're about to wrap things up soon. And speaking of Marvel cast,
you know how to do that?
Yeah, I did it last night. The Direct.com has an article where they're confirming, this is coming from the Direct.com, Marvel Studios is losing 2 actors after Guardians 3. Have you watched Guardians 3 yet?
No. This weekend. The plan is this weekend.
Do you want me to skip all this? I can skip this if you haven't watched. It doesn't reveal anything except for 2 characters that are leaving the Guardians.
Well, this is the last Guardians movie, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but here's what I'll do. I'll let you tell everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers. I will take my headset off, and when you're done, just give me a thumbs up and I'll put it back on and we can move on.
All right, perfect. So no spoilers for Matt. Shout out to Will. He still made it. Great movie, says Imani. It definitely was. So the following release of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Marvel Studios will say goodbye to 2 of the franchise's biggest stars as they leave the MCU behind. Guardians 3 served as the final journey for this version of the team, which featured the iconic quintet of Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper, and Vin Diesel for their 3rd team-up movie together, with director James Gunn now on his way over to DC Studios as the co-CEO of the company. His time with the MCU is officially over following a successful run with the now world-famous team of intergalactic misfits. But since Guardians 3 serves as the end of the line for the version of the team, it's become clear that not all of these fan-favorite actors will be part of the story following nearly a decade of service. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 director James Gunn revealed to the New York Times that Zoe Saldana, who plays Gamora, and Dave Bautista, who plays Drax, won't return to the MCU after their work in the threequel. And as you guys saw in the film, they laid the groundwork for just about everyone to be replaced if they needed to. When asked about how he crafted the characters, yada yada, the endings, Zoe and Dave have been very clear they're not coming to continue. James Gunn stated, marking the end of their MCU tenures. He also confirmed that Chris Pratt is open to continuing his time playing Star-Lord, so that's good. And as we saw, like at the end, they said, Star-Lord would be coming back. So yeah, so no more Gamora, no more Drax. So
that's crazy.
I know, right? But it's all right. It's all right. No.
I'm going to miss those 2 characters, and I know exactly who they are. And I'm going to be really sad when I can't see them anymore, whoever they are.
Yeah. But you know what you can see in the meantime, Matt?
Porn?
Well, that too, but Martha Stewart specifically.
I put this on here, and I'm kind of upset that you didn't find the picture of her and make it the thumbnail. It's in the article. Let me tell you something. I'm pretty sure it's in the article. You can also Google Martha Stewart swimsuit cover, and it's right there. Listen, Martha Stewart at 81 motherfucking years old is on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition with a bunch of other women and looks fucking fantastic at 81. Like Snoop Dogg's best friend, Martha, former prison inmate Martha Stewart, wholesome home goods Martha Stewart in a one-piece bathing suit on the cover of Swimsuit Illustrated at 81 years old.
You want to look up for the picture and share it with everyone? In the meantime, I'll talk more about the article. And it says that Martha Stewart is making a splash. The 81-year-old lifestyle mogul is one of 4 cover girls of the Sports Illustrated annual swimsuit issue, alongside Megan Fox, Kim Petras, and Brooks Nader, while talking to today's Savannah Guthrie. And yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't have anything else. It's just mostly just hyping it up. I'm just waiting for Matt to share the sports. I thought this was pretty cool. That's why when I saw it, me and Matt had to talk about it. Martha Stewart on the swimsuit issue of Sports Illustrated at 81 years old is fantastic. Look at that. Look at that.
It looks fantastic for 81. I'd hit that.
I'd still hit that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a gilf.
Looks fantastic.
Would she be technically a gilf? Is she a grandmother?
I have no idea if she has children or not.
So we don't even know if she's a MILF.
Correct.
She's cougar for sure.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So yeah, Martha Stewart making moves. You love to see it. Aside from that, we have
penises.
We have penises, yes. More stuff.
How's yours?
Fully functional.
Good. You're too young for it not to be.
I'm only 30.
Mine's doing good too. If you care to ask.
Oh, I know it's going in strides. I know that for a fact. So I think we could probably just wrap things up here, to be honest with you, and just
because we're talking about penises, you want to wrap it up.
I mean, I think you should always wrap it up. You know what? We'll end up with this. This is coming from an article from GameSpot.com. New on
Will's
Disney.
Is good too.
So what? Oh,
Will's is good too.
Yeah, it's Chef's Kiss. New on Disney Plus in June 2023. Secret Invasion, Flaming Hot, just to name a few. So just these are new stuff that are coming to Disney Plus coming in June 2023. On June 2nd, we get Pride Above. On June 7th, a day after my birthday, we get America's National Parks Season 2. Avatar: The Way of the Water is coming to Disney Plus. And then First Alaskan Season 2 is also coming. On June 9th, we get Flaming Hot, the premiere movie. It's going to be on Disney Plus and Hulu. We talked about that last week with Travis.
So when you read this article, I thought Disney Plus was getting like their own version of Flaming Hot Cheetos, and I thought this was going to be food news, and I was very interested.
No, if you watched last week's episode, you know it's a movie about the makings and creations of the Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Yeah, no, I got that, but I thought like this was an announcement that in correlation with that, we were getting Disney Plus Flaming Hot Cheetos. That's what I thought this article meant.
No, unfortunately not. Also, Haley's on it. Is season 1. 6 episodes are going to be debuting on June 9th. On June 14th, we get The Last of the Giants Wild Finish Season 2. Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir Season 5, 5 episodes. Pupstruction Season 1, they get 8 episodes. Raven's Home Season 6, 4 episodes is joining Disney Plus. Assembled, the making of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It's the premiere. I like watching these films, like the backstage happenings and stuff like that, the making of movies. So these are always interesting to watch on Disney. Pretty Freaking Scary Season 1, they get 7 episodes. The Villain in the Valley View. Stan Lee, the premiere. I'm not sure what that entails, but it's going to be coming out on June 16th. And what else? Extraordinary Birder with Christian Cooper, Season 1. On the 21st, Minnie's Bow Tunes Camp Mini. More of a kid stuff. Yeah. June 21st. Big one here. Secret Invasion premiere episode 1 is going to be on June 21st. June 23rd is going to have World's Best, the premiere. Then they're going to have Alice in Wonderland's Bakery Season 2, 7 episodes on the 28th. Ghost and Molly McGee Season 2, 5 episodes. Home Improvements Season 1 through 8 are going to be coming on June 28th. So Home Improvement fans, looking forward to that. Home in the Wild Season 1 is also going to be included. So yeah, so fun stuff. Mostly the big hitters there are obviously the Flaming Hot movies, the Avatar movie, and Secret Invasions coming this month to Disney Plus. But yeah. Anything else you have for us, Matt, that you may not have shared?
I got a bidet. I was going to talk about with Travis on Friday, but I forgot. So if you're still there, Travis, I know Will knows. I got a bidet after a discussion about getting a bidet. I got one. I installed it. I've been using it. You're right. It's fantastic.
Really?
My butthole's never been cleaner.
Will this lean you more towards anal sex?
I mean, if you want to come over and use it, yeah, I'll fuck you in the butt.
No. Like, would you be more willing to now have anal sex with your partner?
I mean, I don't.
Because that's my big thing. Because if you get it, it's like, in my opinion, it's like, yeah, it's to clean your butthole, but now it frees you up to the possibility to have a little bit more pleasurable anal sex experience.
I suppose. I mean,
Will says I was already into butt stuff.
I
was just trying to make you uncomfortable, man, because I know you.
No, it's not that I'm uncomfortable. I'm just like, if I told you, yeah, if you come over and use it, I do it to you. Why would I not also do it to my partner? Like,
but
I figured that answered your question.
Because I know you're not into anal sex.
No, not completely. No, it's not my favorite.
But would this steer you in?
I mean, it doesn't help the problem of the fact that I have a really thick cock. So, like, small hole, thick cock.
That sounds like a first world problem.
It is.
But you know what isn't the first world problem is following us on social media, which you could do so over on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creatia World. Universal there. That's where we tweet, we share posts of when we're going live. So go ahead and follow us there. Matt and my Vince are my favorites. So I'm your Vince. So there are other Vinces, but I'm specifically Will's Vince. But yeah, follow us on at It's Creatia World on social media. Turn the bell notifications, follow us there so you know when we go live with an episode. That's usually where we tweet when we go live with not necessarily SmackDown Raw, but we do that with Creatia Conversation, and I do that as well for when I do Spit or Swallow episodes sporadically, but frequent still. Go to creatiaworld.com. It's a website where you can find all our dating profiles, find out about our dick sizes, the girth, the length, whether we're circumcised or uncircumcised, whether you have a penis or not. In the case of Mara, we don't know. Yeah, all that stuff. You know, our preferences are available there, but also, and more importantly, are the links to all our podcasts, the audio, video platforms as well as our shops. So go ahead and support us that way. Buy a shirt. I feel like we don't talk about that enough. Buy a fucking shirt. Show us that you love us by going to a WWE show or a wrestling show with a Creatia Conversation or SmackDown Raw shirt. Get a shirt. Thank you. But if that's too much for you, you can just go straight to the Linktree /Creatia World or Linktree /SmackDown Raw to get SmackDown Raw and Creatia World content as well there. Aside from there, I already plugged the Facebook, but facebook.com/Creatia World. We have two groups there. We have facebook.com/group/Them Dragons, where we talk about Games of Thrones and House of the Dragons over there whenever that comes back and whenever that becomes a thing again. We also have facebook.com/group/SmackDown Raw, where we smack it raw in the wrestling chats, talk about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, WWE, AEW, the works. Great stuff. Shout out to Mike, right? He's the one that runs them. So shout out to Mike. Love you, my man. You do great stuff. You're a great friend, and we appreciate you. So go ahead and check us out there. Matt, any other things you want to plug, and not just your butt?
Toucan penis that I have that Will's talking about. Also, you guys can follow me on Twitter only at Matt Ridders, at MATTRIDDER, and at Getting Off. You can see the product of Vince throwing me off my game and us putting out a podcast about Final Destination. It is available now at YouTube. We cover the entire Final Destination franchise 1 through 5, and then talk a little bit about our hopes for part 6. It's me, Katie, Dan Bakley, and for a little while just before he just gives up because his internet is trash.
He was in the Final Destination. He got.
Yep.
As for me, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESvince. The link tree in my bio takes you to everything Creatia World, SmackDown Raw, Get Show podcast, and Straight Talk. As for the Get Show podcast, we recorded an impromptu Get Show All-Stars episode. This should be dropping at some point within the week. We also have our weekly episode. We're going to be doing WWE wrestlers as all that cast members to kind of hype up the fact that we did a new logo with the Get and the All That and Get Show logo mixed together, being a hybrid. So we got that going on as well. Check that out. In terms of Straight Talk, we did a WWE draft. I'm plugging it once again because I feel like I don't plug it enough. Katie can see Bay. She drafted for Raw. I drafted for SmackDown. We did a draft that's available on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/SESvince. Go subscribe there. Turn on bell notifications. Go view the video there. And then go over to Spotify and watch the video version on there as well, because you can just search up SESvince in your favorite podcast platform. It's the easiest way to find the Straight Talk podcast. Aside from that, we're going to be talking basketball. The NBA draft lottery is tonight. So for all our basketball nerds that isn't Matt Ritter, we'll find out the fate of Victor Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson, whether or not the Bulls get their first round.
You're making these names up.
No, that's a real name. That's the number one prospect, Victor Wembanyama.
Squid Henderson?
Scoot Henderson.
Oh, it sounded like you said Squid. I'm like, there's no way someone named their child Squid.
Scoot
is he white?
Henderson.
Maybe.
No, Scoot Henderson is black. Victor Wembanyama is also a black French basketball prospect. But yeah, so we're going to be talking
about that I had the problem with.
Okay, no, not squid is not a thing. Only unless it's Squidward. No. But yeah, so we're gonna be talking basketball, draft lottery stuff. We're gonna be talking about recapping Lakers Nuggets game 1 tonight as well. So that should be out at some point tomorrow, if not early Wednesday morning by Wednesday evening. So stay tuned for that. Once again, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Stay tuned for all that stuff. Matt, anything else you want to plug? Smacking Raw Fridays.
11 p.m. Central, right here on twitch.tv/CreatiaWorld, youtube.com/CreatiaWorld, facebook.com/CreatiaWorld.
Midnight Eastern for all our non-central people.
Fuck the future. CST.
With that note, we catch you guys tomorrow with more Creatia Conversation. Later, y'all.